Hi, welcome to Free Spirit. So these decks have been pulling at me tonight, and I want to do an abundance reading as we go into January, a new year, 2020. We're supposed to get fired up and start really feeling more ignited and following through. And what's interesting was I wasn't going to start off with this particular deck, but this card wanted to be seen. So I will show you the card. It literally is Archangel Gabrielle coming through. And the message here is you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So there's a lot of divine guidance really coming through in all my readings that they're helping us with our projects. They're helping us to go forward with whatever we're going for, striving for. It hasn't been easy. They know it hasn't been easy. So there's been a clearing. We've been cleared out. They're clearing the obstacles. It's been coming up over and over again. And it's a lot to do with your projects, what you're literally working on. And they definitely are stressing your life purpose involves communicating, the arts. Stay fired up, stay passionate, stay driven, don't give up. And we're going to be getting a clearer vision on these things. And literally, don't allow insecurities to hold you back. They're helping you. And that's definitely wanted to be seen. But what I wanted to go into were these cards. So that wasn't even the deck that I wanted to start out with, but it literally fell out. So I guess I just go with Spirit. So that was the opening. So I assume our abundance going into the new year in 2020, it's literally things that we have to have the stamina for, we have to remain driven for, and fired up and align with our passion and purpose. And we've been cleared out for it. And it's ambitious, but it's this. And they kept saying, "Let the dreams begin," but they're not pie in the sky dreams. They're livable, attainable dreams that you're working for, working on. And so I want to get first with this deck. I want to see. And I'll put all the decks down below in the description that I'm going to be using, but I want to see what qualities will best serve us in this new year, going, starting in January. What are the qualities that we can employ or utilize that are within ourselves, tap into to build upon our success? Like, what are the qualities that would serve us well? Ooh, okay. Oh, hold up. Ooh, okay. Okay, and I don't even know if this wanted to see. Well, let's start off with this one, because this was literally the connector, and we are all one. So it's coming from a heart-centered place. This is what we've been cleared out for. It's being intimate. Again, creative. Isn't that interesting? The angel card that they wanted to show was about being creative. Communicative was another thing on that exact spirit. You can't make this up. It just said you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. That's Archangel Gabrielle. That I was made to show you this card even when I wasn't using that deck yet. And it said, we are all one, being heart-centered, intimate, creative, and communicative. And here it says, involving communication. Yeah, and being creative. Archangel Gabriel is all about creative. And here we have the arts. I mean, so here we have creative, communicative, diplomatic, devoted, harmonious, inspiring, accommodating, receptive, compassionate, and empathetic. We're all one. We're all connected. What you're doing for yourself helps the greater good. We all know that. We're all connected. But it's coming from this more cleared out heart space that we're divinely inspired, doing more divine actions, going into 2020 and greeting January in this way. And anything you are working on, when you're coming from this heart-centered place, it's going to be bear more fruit for you. Oh, she literally has a heart here. Oh, it's so cute. I never noticed that before. So that I'm just noticing that for the first time. We've cleared out our heart. I keep saying that the end of 2019 was all about really clearing out those old hurts, old wounds, blockages, not just from 2019, but from like everything up to this point. We've really carried those wounds with us. And there's been such a divine opening up, and we're coming from this place we're all one, but it's really coming with whatever you're working on. You're coming from a more heart-filled place, and really coming from this beautiful place. And when you're coming from the heart place, everything is more creative and communicative and heart-centered and inspiring, and so that's beautiful. So this one, a bunch fell out, but I'm going to do it in the order it fell out. The administrator. Okay, the administrator, but he's almost like a conductor here. It's really interesting. And here the slogan is, I walk with a foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds. Let me tell you, this is what I've been saying over and over, that we've been divinely cleared out so we can be grounding higher love. It's a recurring spirit message I always get, that's when you're grounding higher love, that's what it's all about. You got to think that way. You're grounding higher love and move that way in the world, and with everything you're doing too. I walk with a foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds. And it's really interesting because when you really think about it, sometimes when you lose your footing, you're either too much in the earthly or you're too much in the spiritual, and you do have to walk one foot in both in each, and that's where you can really ground that higher love and build wonderful earthly beautifulness right here in a practical way. And sometimes if you're just more on the spiritual, you're not very good with the physical, and vice versa. So I love this slogan. So thinking about this going into 2020 and starting off the new year with this, I walk with a foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds. Yeah, so you're practical, you're grounded, you're persevering. We've been so persevering. Oh my gosh, wise, yes, from everything we've learned so far, applying it to now, dedicated, strong, purposeful, leading, organized, structured, confident, strategic, assertive, disciplined, humanistic, and moral. So we're orchestrating this. I feel like, look, he's like a little conductor, right? And this is the administrator. You're kind of conducting. You're learning how to have one foot in the heavens and one foot in the physical. And you know we're all one, and you're coming from that place, and then you're being like a conductor of this, being very practical. You're bringing in what you want. It almost also reminds me of the magician, being able to actually, you're going to be able to manifest things into the physical, being very highly intuitive at the same time. It's one foot in each sphere. Then we have the messenger. Yes, I love this card. I love this card. We get this almost every time I use this deck, and it says, I bring the light of awareness. And that's what's been coming in, especially 2020, seeing clearer, divine headlights on. We're all a lot more intuitive. Our intuition's off the charts. I keep referring to all of you as high priestess. We're all divine high priestess. And I bring the light of awareness. It's perceptive, progressive, intelligent, adaptable, changeable, psychic. Yep. Versatile, candid, agile, communicative, again with the communicative, insightful, imaginative, curious, and instinctive. But I bring the light of awareness, and it's this new light coming in here that's really shedding light on things. We've cleared a lot out. We can see farther, and we have a clearer vision on things, and you're bringing this new light of awareness to things. And we're so psychic right now. That's been coming up in every reading as well. So far, we have the connector. We're all one. I walk with a foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds, and I bring the light of awareness. This is very communicative. You're going to be very communicative. That's going to be one of your key strengths. Besides everything else, it's coming from a heart-centered place, being very creative and communicative in all you do, compassionate, empathetic. Here you're also being practical, so it's combination, one foot in the earthly and the spiritual. And it's interesting, this is bringing the light of awareness, which is the psychic abilities, and this is more of the grounding of we're all one. And we're orchestrating this and bringing new life to things. You see the little eggs in the basket? I feel like we're bringing we're birthing new things in the new year from this place of really coming from a heart-centered, cleared out place. We're highly communicative with our truth and what we're going for. We have clear sight and seeing, and you're walking. I love that. I walk with one foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds. Yeah. And then here is the engineer, which is Mars energy here. And look, every problem has a situation. And that's what we're doing. We're tapping into everything. One foot in the heavens, one foot on the ground, and we're coming up with new solutions. And when you see clearer and you have access to both realms, you can really come from like a clearer vision on things, and your awareness expanding. We're finding that we can find every problem has a solution. That's what they're stressing. You're the engineer. Like the same problem is like on a scale from 1 to 10, what ordinarily would have been a 10 is now a 4. You have more confidence. You can figure this out. And here, every problem has a solution. You're the engineer here. Curious, productive, technical, hardworking. We're focused, again, with being creative, competent, practical, again, with being practical as well, competitive, decisive, determined, analytical, adventurous, loyal, and generous. But we're engineering this whole thing. Just like I said, that he almost looked like a conductor, which is weird to say, and here's the engineer. You're figuring out the problems, you're being very practical, and we're bridged between being very psychic and communicative with coming from a real genuine heart place. All these qualities are really going to serve you well. Any problem that you face, you're probably going to be coming up with very creative solutions and fired up to do so. And you probably will be getting a clearer insight on how to solve these problems right at the gate going into 2020. Old problems, bringing old, any kind of issues to a different level, clearing them up. And it's by being creative, I have to say. And it's a lot about being practical here. And also the bridge between being in the earthly plane and linked to the spiritual, your psychic ability and new light of awareness could really, you're almost engineering new outcomes for yourself. And this is really beautiful. I love that because it shows a competency here. Every problem has a solution. What a wonderful way to go into something. Being very practical and almost, confident in that. Ooh. And then we have, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Oh my gosh. Okay, well these definitely wanted to come out. The visionary. And this doesn't surprise me because I was kind of looking at this card, looking at it like this card, that you're seeing clearer and you're seeing new things. We can see farther and a lot more. I kept saying 2020 is like clearer vision. 2020 is like 2020 vision. That's the message I got back in the summer, that 2020 is like 2020 vision. Look at it like that. The visionary. And this is Jupiter, and it said the world is filled with possibilities. Yes, this is what they want us to come back to. This is why we've been cleared out. This is what we're supposed to greet 2020 with, that the whole world is filled with possibilities. You should be greeting 2020, sitting here and watching 2020 arise up like January, and like this is the opening up of all the possibilities this new year can bring to you. And it says here, inventive, yes, expansive, yes. I've been getting direct spirit messages all about how expansive this is going to be. Really expansive, and changes and expansion. I think I got a direct spirit message about that. I did a video about that. Expansive, wise, insightful, enthusiastic. Yeah, we're being curious. That's been coming up a lot. Courageous, philanthropic, imaginative, knowledgeable, conceptual, inspired, idealistic, benevolent, and humble. But the world is filled with possibilities. How beautiful to go into that, into 2020 in January, going back to light. Like, that's what the light is showing us again. Like, new light is revealing to us, yes, let's go back to that after everything we've been through. Yes, the world is filled with possibilities. Those are the qualities that will serve you well. And we got the organizer, which is kind of leading me back to how it looked like a conductor back here in this, the administrator. Back here, I kept thinking you look like a conductor to me. And here we have, it's the organizer, which is Saturn, and it says everything has its rightful place. And that's what we should be feeling as we go into January in 2020, very much at peace. Everything is at its right place. And almost like the things that we're going to be building are going to be full of great love, I really believe. Because we started off with the we are all one, and coming from a very heart-centered place, working on things that really bring us joy, knowing everything brought us here. Everything is in its rightful place. There's a peace in that, and I've been getting a lot of spirit messages about going into 2020 with a new foundation of peace, like deep within your soul, because whatever you build upon going into 2020 onwards will be built on sturdier ground from a peaceful foundation. So here it says, again, with the practical, oh my gosh, patient, practical, truthful, committed, steadfast, orderly, reliable, considerate, consistent, disciplined, systematic, intellectual, instinctual, careful, detailed, discerning, and rational. Listen, we're really going with that 1 foot in the heavens, 1 foot in the earthly, and 1 in the spiritual world. So that is basically how we have to walk going into 2020, and that is really going in sync with that spirit message about being a more divine channel, grounding that higher love. So you got your feet firmly planted on the ground, but you're highly spiritual and connected with the divine. You're organizing it all here, and these other qualities is if everything has its right place, but you're the engineer putting it all in place. And I think that's what they were making me feel like. This is the magician. You're bringing a lot into the physical, utilizing all the tools you have here, very highly divinely linked with the divine. And this visionary card, I can't get over the visionary card. The world is filled with possibilities, and we're engineering how to bring those possibilities into our physical world. And these are the qualities that are going to help us do that. So is there one more card that wants to... I don't feel like it's done for some reason. But a lot is going to be on your communication skills and your psychic abilities and your practicality at the same time. Literally, one foot on the ground, one and connected with the spirit and the great nurturer. Oh, I love this card. Yes, I give and receive nourishment. Yeah, you know, we started with the heart place. We're all one. So, listen, you know, I give and receive nourishment. What we give, we receive. What goes around comes around. You want to be giving, coming from a real loving place going into 2020 and embracing this beautiful, like, picture in your emotional heart space. You know, just nourishing and nurturing people around you as well. And it says it's motherly, nurturing, devoted, loving. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's very heartfelt, wise, empathetic, again with the empathetic, compassionate, abundant. Yes, and this is an abundant reading, right? Generous, receptive, emotional, inclusive, supportive, and stable. I give and receive nourishment. Listen, you give and receive nourishment, so it's almost like what goes around comes around. You're coming from a very heartfelt place. You're orchestrating how to be one foot in the physical, one in the earthly plane, and you are having a clearer vision on things. You're literally a visionary, seeing the world with new possibilities. I love this card. Going into 2020, starting with January, being a pure visionary, just welcoming in the new possibilities. You're very creative, but you're also very practical, and you're the engineer that knows every problem has a situation, and you're figuring it out. You're organizing that all out. Everything has its right place, and you're being very practical here and committed. Like I said, we're being very resilient as we're going into 2020 in January. And here, the great nurturer, what goes around comes around in a sense, and what you give and receive nourishment. And let's see, I guess there's one more. What do they not want? Oh my God, and we're ending with the king. Okay, so now I know the sun. And again, this is going back. Look at how many cards that we got like this. The visionary. See, he's sitting on a cliff looking out with clearer vision. She's looking out on a cliff with clearer vision. Even here, sitting here, meditative, looking out with clearer vision. Listen, they were saying 2020 is like clearer vision. 2020 is 2020 vision and clearer vision. You can see farther. There's been a clearing of the way that's been coming through a lot with spirit directly. And here it says, I powerfully lead my mission. Regal, powerful, passionate. Yes, that's how they want us to go into 2020. Passionate, courageous, sovereign, responsible, benevolent, creative. Again with the creative. Innovative, decisive, directive, inspiring, visionary, respected. Listen, there's clearer vision here. You're getting a farther, clearer vision on things. And you're the king, very much in your powerful. You powerfully lead. You're going to be very ignited and having a clearer vision on things. And these are the qualities to go into 2020 and starting this new year, feeling very powerful and passionate. I think I even started this reading. We're supposed to be fired up in our power. Divinely inspired, taking divine actions. And this is all look at, I can't even believe all these cards that literally, they all look the same. The person is looking out with clearer vision. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so then we started it off with Archangel Gabrielle that literally said, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So I really think that the clearing, to be on this cliff looking out with such clearer vision, a lot of it is addressing those insecurities. We've been saying release the obstacles. A lot of the obstacles are of your own making. And you can't really see clearer or farther if you're not, you know, feeling like powerfully sitting up high with a clear vision with all these qualities, and you're being like confident in those qualities. So a lot of it is leaving those insecurities, leaving those obstacles that we kind of place for ourselves. So let's see if there's any literally angels of abundance. I want to get some messages. That's the deck this came from, I believe. No, it's not. It's not even from the abundance. Look, the back of the angels of abundance. I wasn't even meaning to use this deck. Now, this is messages from your angels. Wow. All right. Should I get more Well, let me get angels of abundance. Wow. I thought it fell out of this deck. It didn't even. This is really key. You have an important life purpose. And don't let insecurities hold you back. They're helping you with that. That's why they're helping you get clearer vision. They're helping you to embrace these qualities and also have one foot in the physical and one foot with the spiritual. And that's going to be helping you see farther and go for your abundance. And they're helping you. So literally, let's get, maybe I'll pull some more cards from this deck too. But let's get Angels of Abundance, literally, because it's an abundance reading. Let's get some Angels of Abundance. Angels of Abundance. Angels of Abundance. Ooh, does that want to cut? That was so weird how it hung up. Successful funding. Okay, if we've been struggling thinking the money is not going to be coming in or we do not have enough, and that's what we're focused on, finances here. It says your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. This is what they're going to be bringing in as you go forward with your divine inspirations, your divine passions. Successful funding will come in. You'll be supported some way, somehow. You'll have enough. It almost seems like we never have enough. It seems like the things you want to do never have financial payoffs sometimes. You don't see results right away. You don't get anything back right away. You don't have the funds. We all get it. We've all been there. This is endless. But they're literally saying where there's a will, there's a way, and it's God's will. Because if your idea is literally divinely guided. And so if it's divinely guided, it's supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Okay, so do not allow any money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. There are things to help you. And I've counted, there's been a lot of spirit messages about that. You know, just for example, like this channel, I'm not making anything from this channel. I made my cards. I'm not making anything from my cards. It actually costs money, you know, for the just doing stuff and buying cards and making cards and or whatever, you know, whatever gives you joy. But they always said, no matter what it is, find time to do it. Even if it's on the side, it's not your job 9 to 5. But whatever you're passionate about, this is the year to really do it. Just do whatever it is. And you'll be surprised by what comes through. Just put one foot in front of the other. Instead of being focused on the money, focus on the love. We started with the heart. This is actually a side message because it's coming through really strongly. I mean, we started off very heart-based, and through the whole thing was all heart-based. It's like, it's really coming aligned with what's aligned with your heart, your soul, your truth, your fire, whatever divine passion you have or divine inspiration you have. Don't let the money come in the way. You can do things for free and just get fulfillment that way. There's something about you can do what you have right now. It has nothing to do with money. It's almost like separate. Do what you can, you know, separate from money even being a thought. It doesn't, you know, oh, here, take a divinely guided chance. They're saying come 2020, as we have clearer vision, we can see farther. They want us to, look, take literally a divinely guided chance. If you have an inspiration or you're guided to do something, you act, you do it. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories as you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you. You make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. And that's what they want us to do. Take those chances. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry. And just keep going. Take those chances. You're inspired, divinely inspired. Go with it. We're becoming more divine channels. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 more. Savings. They're saying as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Listen, if you're like me, when I see this card, I'm like, what savings? Because you basically get paid and it goes to everybody. And there's not much. But what I'm getting from this is start saving a little bit for yourself. Start even feel financially safe. It doesn't literally mean that you have to have millions in the bank, but just feeling financially safe with whatever little you have or making provisions for yourself so you feel more financially secure. And they're literally saying that I really love it. It's part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. And I'm almost saying, because this came with successful funding, I'm almost feeling like money could come through, or you'll still be able to do whatever you're divinely guided to do right here. Where there's a will, there's a way, and it's God's will here for you if you get an idea to do it. So you'll have the money to do it. You can feel safe to do it. You have enough to do it. And also, if you can, put away some money just to give yourself peace of mind. You know, whether it's just like a couple of $1,000s in the savings for any kind of emergency, you'll feel overall more secure. If God forbid something happens, you have a little safety net or something that can give you more peace of mind. Something about being more focused, just feeling more safe with finances. You know, and however you want to input that, like do that for yourself. But look what came out next. So I almost feel like this is being provided for you. Windfall of abundance. Oh my God, he's wearing a Santa. How perfect. This is an abundance reading for the holidays for January and New Year's. And I'm posting this at the end of December at Christmas. I mean, you can't make this up. There's Santa. This is so funny. Okay, so literally a windfall of abundance, an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. Some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Listen, an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. And here all of the angel before was successful funding coming through, that it's divinely guided and supported by God. So he's there. It's going to come through. It's like you have the angels providing the funding you need. I really think that this is it. They're urging you to take divinely guided chances. So, and Archangel Gabriel, I mean, I wasn't even using this deck and it came out, the Archangel saying you have to remove the obstacles and go for it. You're being helped, basically, with your projects, with whatever you're divinely doing. And here's a windfall of abundance. So if you needed to get the money that you needed to feel secure to do this, if you were very concerned about finances, there's windfalls coming through, expected, unexpected, things could be coming through, and literally an increase in abundance overall is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose. And this has been all about life purpose here, health and charitable work. So anything you're putting out, it will be coming back. You're coming from a very heart-filled place. Your skills about being very creative and communicative. You're engineering solutions to old problems. There's a huge, clearer vision coming through that we saw in your power. And these things divinely take a chance, a guided chance. Remember, if you're divinely inspired, it's divinely supported. So there'll be successful funding. You might see starting in January 2020 that you're being more on the receiving end. Oh my God. This is also very much in line with a reading I did with Door to Value opening, that obstacles are being removed, abundance is coming in. I mean, it's part of the new wave of the energy. And so this is just beautiful. This is overall abundance reading for 2020 going into January, a holiday reading. And I can't even believe he's even wearing a Santa outfit in this card, which is just perfect. So let's end it on that, because isn't that beautiful? Windfall of abundance. So this has been the abundance reading for January, going into 2020 in this way. And I just can't wait, because I feel a huge shift in energy. It's been coming through every single reading. And I want to end it. This card, I mean, that was weird. I didn't even look at the back. This is not the deck that I wanted to use. But Archangel Gabriel's around us with our projects, especially with creative works, creative projects, things that you're divinely inspired to do. You really have angelic support here. I mean, I couldn't make this up if I tried. And here it says you have an important life purpose. We've been getting cards in this abundance reading all about your life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please do not allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. It could be insecurities even about money, funds, not having enough. Maybe you can't, but where there's a will, there's a way. And a lot of the stuff you can do for free on your own with nothing yet, and just follow that inspired action, whatever you're inspired to do, because they're saying it's part of your life purpose, and just do it. It's coming from a very heart-filled place. And I just love the clearer vision coming in. We even got the visionary card back here. I mean, that was just gorgeous. It's just 2020. They kept saying 2020 is like 2020 vision. And let's go back here. I mean, look at these three cards all sitting there with like these huge expansive visions coming in. You can't make this up if you tried. And I mean, I just love this. And let's start it, end it with here, windfall of abundance. So when you're looking out with this clear vision, know that this windfall of abundance, where there's a will, there's a way. It's going to be returning, coming in. You may be very surprised actually how it does come in. So this has been your abundance reading for 2020, going into January, and have a wonderful beginning to this wonderful new year. Take care. Bye-bye.